Hello, welcome. This is 20 Days in Mariupol. This is currently available if you would like to watch it. I think it's actually available on PBS for through some sort of subscription. It was originally a PBS frontline thing, and now it's currently nominated for Best Documentary Feature at the Oscars. If you would like to watch it, while it isn't currently streaming, it is available through Prime Video for rental or purchase with audio description. It's actually the same price. Might as well buy the film. It's the same. So, at least it was when I did it. It was $2.99 to rent or buy it. I was like, all right, well, why not? Just buy the damn thing. It's the same price. Um, So now I own this. I don't know that I'll ever want to watch it again. It's a really difficult watch. Even as a blind person, I can't even imagine what this was like as a sighted viewer. Having to watch this, it reminded me a lot of how in Vietnam, um, which I was not alive for, but you always hear the stories about how journalists, um, one of the great things were the war journalists that brought attention to sort of the horrors of the Vietnam War, and suddenly it was in prime time. It was in the prime time news, and people couldn't look away from it. And that's sort of what helped turn the tide a little bit, with in terms of how the public felt about us being in Vietnam. Anyway, um, so yeah, uh, 20 Days in Mariupol captures lots of actual death, like actual humans actually dying, actual dead bodies. Not This is not staged. It's a documentary. Dead children. Um, and for me, listening to it, it's sobering. I can't imagine what it's like to watch this film. So, um, it's a difficult watch. It's not a fun watch. It's a challenging watch. You have to actually choose to want to do this. Um, what I would say is because the film itself is dealing with such an incredibly serious subject matter, and its tone is bleak. Um, there's something about the voices that are chosen here that there are two sides to that coin. I can see the pros and the cons, for how they've chosen to do this audio description. It's very flat, and the film, of course, is never going to have a rise and a fall. Um, but it can feel almost like it's droning, and for a blind audience that doesn't have the visuals to rely off of, it does kind of make the film feel more boring than it should be. I'm not calling the film boring. I would never in a million years, but there's something about when you pick a voice that is a little too flat, a little too monotone, um, in a film that is never going to change its tone or theme. There isn't like a moment of, celebration at the end. We don't The war in Ukraine is still going on. Nobody comes together and sings, the new John Legend song at the end of this. There's nothing like that. So it's pretty much, we're here in Ukraine, in the town of Mariupol, and it's being attacked by Russia. Buildings are being blown up, and it's these journalists and their discovery and things they witness, and it never gets any better. It gets better when they finally get out, basically. Like, and the movie has no more footage to show you. That's when the relief sets in. There's no relief within the film itself. It's easily the hardest watch of the year. I would say. I can't think of anything else that came remotely this close. Um, because I can't think of, maybe Bobby Wine, because it had people actually being shot in the streets, trying to vote, but this has like dead children, so which is it's really difficult, even to just sit and listen to, and to have the audio description. The audio description is really well written. It's media access group, so kudos. The narrator was not given. I think I know who the narrator is. I'm not going to shout it out because I'm not necessarily giving them the best of a review here. I think she's fine on some other things when there's a different material, when the material has levels to it. This film has one level, and it's tragedy. It's one level, and because the film is that, and I wouldn't go with the flatness of this. You need sort of a human reaction within the audio description itself. And that doesn't really happen in the audio description, I would say. It just kind of feels a little too monotone, a little too cold for what it is. Um, and again, part of me, there are some times where part of me is like, I don't mind that I'm blind right now because I'm not super excited about looking at dead kids. At the same time, and mass graves, and people uh, sort of being blown up and taken into hospitals and stuff like that, and it's pervasive. This film easily, I'm sure it's rated R, and it earned its R rating. Um, but it's real. It's war footage. Um, it's incredible and harrowing, and it's probably going to win the Oscar. I can't even imagine what if the Eternal Memory beats this. I'm going to be really angry. I'm already not impressed that that film is nominated. If it beats 20 Days of Mariupol, I'm just going to be really angry. I already dislike the documentary branch so much because they seem to want to choose. They seem like they're this like really like sort of exclusive little group of people that meet somewhere in a dark room and like drink tea together, and they're like, what films are people watching? We're not going to watch those. We're going to watch the films that no one's watching, and we're going to pick from those. So it's good that they stuck with this, because they frequently turn away from obvious choices and pick things like The Eternal Memory, or To Kill a Tiger, or what are the other nominees this year? Bobby Wine. Yeah, Bobby Wine feels kind of on par considering we just had nominee last year. So, Bobby Wine. I keep using the Ugandan accent. I keep hearing how they say his name in Uganda, and it's driving me insane. Bobby. It's just Bobby Wine. I shouldn't be using. Anyway, but please watch 20 Days in Mariupol if you think you can take it, just because we all need to be remembered. We all need to be remembering this, and it's crazy because the film sort of ends with, um, you know, there are like some news agencies and some people are saying that you know, this footage isn't real, this footage is fake, and I don't know how you can absorb yourself in 2 hours of this and then be like, yeah, it's not real. Yeah, I mean, you can be like, well, you're blind, so you don't really see it, and obviously this is CGI. Uh, I don't know, man. I feel like this shit is this. This isn't CG. This is real war journalists getting caught behind enemy lines, and yeah, um, this is not happy fun times. 20 Days in Mariupol. I don't even know how to grade it. I feel like grading this film is inappropriate. Even though I would give it an A, I feel like, what am I grading? You know, 20 Days in Mariupol deserves something else. It deserves some sort of journalist achievement. Um, deserves to be somewhere on another scale. I'm reviewing this because it's an Oscar contender and it has audio description. As a film, it's some sort of weird transcendent experience because real people lost their lives in this film, and how do I grade that on an entertainment level? You know, I just don't know. So just imagine whatever Medal of Honor or highest honor I could give this film and those who made it, and that it being bestowed. The best thing I can do is A, because that's what I do, but it just doesn't even feel right. It feels like it's not. I don't know. Uh, best, best film or favorite. I don't. It's not my favorite anything because nobody really wants to see this happen. Nobody ever wants to watch this again. It's weird. That's why I said it's weird that I own this. The only reason I bought it was because it's literally the same price. So why wouldn't I? I just forever have 20 Days in Mariupol. You know, I don't think I'm ever gonna watch it again, but who knows? Maybe somebody will want to watch it, and I'll be like, oh well, I own that, so let's pull up Amazon and there we go. Anyway, yeah, this should be a slam dunk um win for the year. So anyway, that's it. I have I don't even know how you give this film negative feedback. I want to see a negative critique of this from somebody who was sitting at home, like watching this on their couch, comfortably, or like in a movie theater. And I didn't like this because of this. Um, I, you know, I critiqued the audio description because I would have liked somebody just to react more to what's happening. It feels, a little bit dead. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we gotta find somebody who matches the content of the film. Anyway, um, that's it. Thanks for watching. I don't even want to hype myself at the end of this. I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. Yeah, I've got some stuff you could follow me on, and other sites you can. No, I don't care. Watch 20 Days of Mariupol. We have to stop what's happening in Ukraine, and people are dying, and this film is a stark reminder of that. And I'm sitting here comfortably in heating air conditioning in my room, talking on YouTube, reviewing films, and some people died just because they lived in Ukraine. So that's it. I'm gonna watch something else, and I'll see you guys on the other side.